So we were warned, weren't we, that the vicar of Dibley would be introducing Black Lives Matter into one of their so-called Christmas specials. And, well, now we've seen the clips. Have you seen it? Was it as bad as we thought it would be? Well, firstly, one thing that was sorely missing was the laughter track. Every Vicar of Dibley episode had a laughter track behind it, you know, to give you the, tell you when to laugh, tell you when something was funny. And that was missing from this. So let's play the Black Lives Matter clip and let's add the laughter track. See if that makes it any better.
This last week I've been thinking about this Black Lives Matter thing and the horror show that was the murder of George Floyd. Now, this is tricky for us in Dibley because we're not the most diverse community, but I don't think it matters where you're from. I think it matters that you do something about it, because Jesus would, wouldn't he? And listen, I'm aware that all lives matter, obviously, but until all lives matter the same, we're doing something very wrong. So I think we need to focus on justice for a huge chunk of our countrymen and women who seem to have a very bad, weird deal from the day they're born. So, follow me. I think that in Dibley, perhaps we should think about taking down some of these old notices like this and that. And perhaps we put up one like this instead.
Yes, I think you'll agree my version slightly less painful than the proper one, and I added the farts too.
The world. This last week I've been thinking about this Black Lives Matter thing.
Of course, Dawn French would know about Black Lives things. She was married to Lenny Henry for about 25 years.
And the horror show that was the murder of George Floyd.
No, he shouldn't have died the way he did, but even now there's still no evidence that the death of criminal George Floyd had anything to do with race. 4 years ago, the same thing happened to this guy, Tony Timper.
Now, this is tricky for us in Dibley because we're not the most diverse community, but
Oh no, Dawn. No. You're not going to gloss over that one. Yes, diversity isn't what springs to mind when you think about the cast of the Vicar of Dibley. Oh yes, the only time you're going to see more white faces than this at one go would be in the European Parliament. Yes, this cast was as undiverse as Last of the Summer Wine. Amazingly, Richard Ayoade slipped the net in 2015. The point here isn't Dawn French the pot calling the kettle? Ah, shit.
I don't think it matters where you're from. I think it matters that you do something about it. Because Jesus would, wouldn't he?
Yeah, Jesus would no doubt quote that famous commandment, "Thou shalt not be a virtue-signalling prick," on BBC television.
We put up one like this instead.
No, let's not put this shit up. Let's stop pretending this is a racist country. Let's stop dismissing the great progress this country's made over the last 30 years. Let's defund the BBC